shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shoot my shot like, ayy.
With the skyline of Manhattan as our backdrop, we are across the East River in the fabled borough of Brooklyn, New York. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway from Brooklyn. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But you look at this defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Second and long. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Taylor, and the ball is free. Taylor lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side, weaving through traffic, and now he's free.
Here we go.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. From the 22 now, here's a 2nd down and 4. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And with that last reception, we have just witnessed an NFL record. He's gone over 1,964 yards receiving now on the year as he moves past 2012 Calvin Johnson for the most in one season in NFL history. When you think about it, for a league that's been around for over 100 years, that is no small feat. So congratulations to him. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw is Murray. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. He's got it at the 15. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Indy. And even 60 yards. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now we'll pause for the injured player, and it's Jonathan Taylor who's shaken up. That certainly would be a major loss for this offense. Hopefully he's okay. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Sam Laporta, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. A big play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Bulls are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Strong running at the 30. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
That is incomplete. When you look at this defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
He'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big play there for Indy. 47 yards. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And this one dropped in the end zone. Oh, looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. On play action, it's Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Murray flips this forward on a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them.
And now the rookie's free. He may go. And touchdown. A great play there. With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described.
A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the 1st down and then slides to the ground. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's got some space here. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 16-yard line. 114 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
2nd down and 8. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Murray looking to change the play here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Murray. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Complete. This is Mitchell. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Adonai Mitchell, 48 yards. And the Colts get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
.35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on 1st down. Play fake, Murray. And now this is intercepted, my goodness. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
But they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll be stopped short of the first down, right around the 18-yard line.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Murray changing the play. Hands it off out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Murray now to throw. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bulls are able to add on to that lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, it can get away from them pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
They'll try to run this one in. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Patrick Ricard taking it in from a yard out. And the Bulls are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. That one let go deep for Laporta. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, After we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. It's caught at the 10. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Colts will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Now 2nd and 3. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Skirts by him at the 35. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. That's to his running back, complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. That 4th down decision, unconventional but effective, and they indeed come up now with a 1st and 10, a fresh set of downs. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His throw incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's taken in by Watson. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return will stop right around the 25. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped. I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He's going to take another shot here. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Watson. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A big play there for Indy. 48 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks Looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he will score. It's a touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bulls look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Indy. 53 yards. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now the try here for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. And this offense on third down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Thorough, that got in there to bring him down.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Their front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago. Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted.